He put me in doggy style and he held me there. But something happened. I don't know if I reached for the popper or something, but something happened where I got really comfortable. And
Okay.
he just got the moaning and groaning and talking. And it was just like water park world after that. I had to change my sheets and everything.
Welcome back to Butch Queen After Dark. I'm your host, David Brandyn, and this is the podcast where we say things people think but don't say out loud because they too scared. But I got somebody today who ain't scared of shit. He ain't scared of shit, okay? This guest is very special. He is a reality star from Zeus Network's Bad Boys, an actor, a songwriter for Stars, and a viral sensation who knows where the money resides. But look, I don't care where the money resides tonight. I'm trying to find out where that dick and that ass resides. So please, welcome, Relly B. Welcome.
Hi, how are you? How are you?
I am doing great. As I said earlier, I'm so happy you're here. And yeah, I got lots of questions for you. So let's get into it.
I'm ready.
All right. So tell us in your own words, what was your sexual awakening or one of your sexual awakenings?
What really started the way I think about sex now, honestly, would have to be I used to be a full bottom, right?
Okay. Okay.
Right. So I started, I don't know what happened, but it was just this guy. Somebody told me this like, oh, you're too big to be just bottoming. It was like, you got a nice meat, you got this, you're tall, so I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try. So
Huh.
I found this guy, he's like 5'6", real petite, like a little what you consider a twink,
Yeah.
belly piercing, all that. So I
Uh-huh.
was topping him and I was just like, I was like, this not that bad. I prefer to actually top than bottom now.
Really?
Because of him.
Okay. One little pocket twink turns you out, and now you fucking?
You know what's crazy? I still love him to this day.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything he needs, I'll like if he needs a
Yeah,
purse, he needs a
it's no
bill
shade.
paid.
It's no shade. He has changed your life
He
forever,
did
right? He unlocked
forever.
something in you, and
Yes.
that's a wonderful sexual awakening.
Yes.
Up until then, did you feel like you were only meant to bottom? And if so, why? Why
Uh,
didn't you ever feel like you could be a top before?
I never felt I've topped before, but it
Yeah.
was more of like I was like, I would consider myself a verse bump. So if I was dealing with somebody, they'd be like, I want you to top me, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But I would only top the people that I was in a relationship with.
Copy.
So my relationships, I was majority, the bottom. So when I was with him, it was like, okay, in this relationship, I'm gonna top. I'm a verse, I'm a top, but it's never just like full bottom anymore. You cannot just get me to be the full bottom of anything anymore.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that I was more of a bottom and it was like I would top here and there, but now it's like I'll top, all I do with somebody we converse, like you can fuck me tonight and I'll fuck you in the
Yeah.
morning.
In
But
the morning.
in the morning. But
Yeah.
I've never gotten to that point where it's like, okay, I'm just gonna bottom for this one person. Or
That's
bottom
great.
completely.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you're expanding your sexual vocabulary, right? Like, you
Yes.
can do
I've
more
never flipped
things.
though.
You've never so not in the same session where it's like, you fuck, then he
Mm-mm.
fucks, then it's okay, okay.
I
Is
can't
that
do
something
that.
you don't wanna do that?
Because my mind be one place when I'm topping and my mind be another place when I'm so now I gotta keep switching mindsets. No, I'm okay.
It's so funny, I completely agree with that. I primarily top, but in my relationship, I will bottom for my husband. However, if he's fucking me tonight, I ain't topping shit.
Correct.
You want me to use this dick after I got fucked? No, the dick is good night. No, tomorrow.
It's a mental thing. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no, I can't do it.
yeah. And nor do I want to, and nor do I have to.
Exactly.
Okay, wonderful. Now, what's the freakiest thing you've ever done?
I've went cruising.
Okay.
It
Time,
was
place, what happened?
I can't say the time. It was
Okay,
late at night. It was like 12:30. It was like
yeah,
12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. But
okay,
one of my friends, he was DL.
okay.
So how could I put it? He was DL, but he doesn't date girls. I mean, he doesn't date girls. So that would possibly mean what he's discreet. But he was like really a stickler on like, I want people to try to figure out what I am. So
Hmm,
I was like, so how do you pick up guys? He was like, if I want to have sex, I'll go cruising. So I'm like, well, it's cruising.
okay.
So he was like, I'm gonna come get you. He was like, "Can you come with me?" And so he was like, "I'm gonna go around like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I know you go to bed real early, but set an alarm. I'm gonna come get you." So he's like, "But you're gonna have to wear a mask." He said, "You know, you're famous." So he was like,
Yeah, I
put
was
on
gonna ask, is this before the fame or after? Okay, so you got the
so
mask on.
so he's like, you gotta wear a mask, you famous. So he brought me to this like bookstore. And I'm like,
Classic.
okay. So I walk in the bookstore. I'm like, oh, we about to go in the bookstore. Because I normally go in the bookstore because I buy my condoms, my lube, my pop pill
Uh-huh.
and stuff. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna go open the books. He walks behind the bookstore. So when I get there, I'm like flabbergasted. Like I see somebody having sex over here. I see somebody having sex over there. I see somebody having sex over here. So then I'm scared. So I'm just walking. I'm just
Yeah.
walking. So I was like, he was like, you can't be around me the whole time. He was like, I'm gonna go do my ones over here. So I
Said
just stood
said, "You
there
gotta
waiting
go."
on him. Yeah, so I stood there waiting on him. Next thing you know, I'm having now somebody's talking about it. I'm like,
Come on.
oh, this is fun.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I got to the point where but then I was like, he was like, and then I was like, wait, if I'm cruising, I could get put on the, that list, that forbidden list. And he was
Sure.
like, possibly. So then that's kind of like what stopped my thrill of wanting to cruise because I don't want to be a sexual offender.
Hey,
So
Relly
yeah.
B, very good insight. Yes, absolutely. You're so right that niggas be cruising outside and they be getting caught up and they will be put on that list, right?
Yes.
But I do think so first of all, this DL discreet person, they're great, right? They took you to the cruising spot, they told you what to do, told you to wear a mask, right? And they said, "Look, Imma go over here. I need you to do your own thing and meet me later."
Right.
I love this person, right? I
I
love
was
this
so
person.
scared.
He threw you in with the wolves. He said, "Look,
Yes,
this is
he
what
threw
it
me in with the
is.
wolves. He threw me in
Go
with the
have it."
wolves. Yeah.
But I'll finish that by saying that yes, it is you have to be cautious when cruising out in public, but certain places that are vetted like that, right? This person knew where to take you. Certain bookstores, like bookstores have been cruising spots since the beginning of time. It's a gay
Mhm.
man's haven, right? And that's kind of our little secret. So I feel like certain spaces are better than others to do that at, and you chose the right space to cruise at that made you feel safe, right? So
Right.
yeah,
So
that was
yeah,
cool.
it's cool, but then it's just then the police start showing up like I've been keeping tab because he put me onto sniffies and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So now they have like police like they've been really cracking down on it, which I don't have a problem with, but you know, I like,
It's rough, yeah, and you are famous, right? If I saw
yeah,
you at the
that's the
cruising
scary part
spot, I'd
about
be
it too.
like,
I'm famous.
"That is really be"
Right.
right? And then people might start talking to you about your work, right? Literally,
No,
people
it's
love
not
to
that. I don't mind that. It's just more the fact that I realize one, it's dangerous because I've been hearing about fist fights and stuff at certain places.
Mm,
Two, I gotta think about my senses. Like, you letting somebody's, suck my dick, but do they have herpes? Do they have this? Do they have that?
mhm,
So stuff like that. What was the main one besides the forbidden list? I think that was the main one, like the STDs and stuff. I just
yeah,
don't want
yeah.
somebody to kind of like, so yeah.
Yeah, that's valid, right? There
Right.
is always gonna be a risk when you are having sex, cruising or not,
Anywhere.
right?
Right.
Anywhere, so it's always to think about that, and
Right.
it's more risky when you don't know the person on the other side, right? So,
Exactly. And
all
then a
things
lot
to
of
think
them wanna
about.
top me, even though I don't want them to top me. So it's like, because I have this image like, they perceive, being flamboyant and feminine as being a bottom. Then,
Yes,
with me having
yes.
this shade.
I was about to say, you also have a lot of ass.
Yeah, so it's like, they be
Let's
like,
put it on the
"Okay,
table.
let me top him." And it's like, not the golden pocket.
Yeah, 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 and you have discovered your meat, and look, I know once you have unleashed that meat, it's gonna be over for these girls, I already know,
Exactly. And they love it.
and they
And they
love
love
it,
it.
as they should.
So yeah.
What is your current sexual fantasy?
So I've been discovering yachts lately. I've been riding on yachts. I was just I'm gonna go to Miami soon and link up with one of my castmates, because
Okay.
he know about yachts and stuff. But I want to get a yacht and have like sexy guys and possibly have a threesome on a yacht.
Yes, 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 yes.
In Miami though, or in the blue water, the pretty water, not murky or anything, the pretty water.
Okay, what does the yacht do for you? The pretty water, that image, what's that doing for you?
It just screams luxury. When you think
Yeah.
of like where the money resides, you'll be like, oh, yacht,
Yes,
mansion, out
yes.
of country, beautiful water. And then you have then you have
Describe the 2 people that are with you in this threesome.
I don't know. You would have to catch me the day of, cause I might
Okay.
want, like, some sexy. Cause I don't like masculine men. Let's start there.
Okay, let's talk about that.
I don't like
What is your
masculine
type?
men.
Okay.
I like you can be I love my butch queens. You can either be if I'm topping you, you can be as flamboyant as you want. You know, I'll buy you a purse, you can wear your belly piercings and all that. The guys, you can be as flamboyant as me or a little bit more masculine, just like a little bit more. But like it doesn't have to be like it's not like I'm like no films. Like because
Yeah.
all of us are feminine, no matter if you're a straight man, we all have feminine characteristics. Some of us just
Yeah.
express it a little bit more than the next individual.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It depends.
Yeah, I love that, and I agree. I think we all have feminine characteristics, and when
Right.
I see someone that doesn't, I'm like, "Girl, where you at?" Like,
You're hiding it.
yeah,
Because
like,
most of the
where
men
is your
that
full
I
self?
know, they're hiding it. Most of
Yeah.
the and they like to hang out together, if you realize. They love to
Mm,
click up.
mm,
So, if you get into I've infiltrated a few of those groups. If you get into those groups, they're messy as hell.
mm.
They tell all of their business to each other. They fall out just as much as we do. Just as much as the flamboyant ones, they in just as much, if not more, drama. The problem is they're more secluded with their drama.
That's right.
They're not gonna bring it to the forefront, and
That's right.
a lot of them shake their ass and stuff behind closed doors.
Boots,
They
please.
just don't do it in the club because they don't they shake their ass just as if not better than me, just and then let's talk about they take dick better than us.
Ha! Ha! Better, more
Better,
experienced, okay?
way better than I've
Deeper
seen
holes.
exactly. See what I'm saying? So you get it, you get it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, when before so take us back to where the money resides, right? Right? Take us back there. Has your sex life changed since that video came out? Or actually, how did it change? How did sex and dating change before that was posted and after that was posted?
Sex, it's been the same. Always had a man, always had a little hole inside, whatever. So I've
Uh-huh.
always had that. But dating became very difficult because a lot of, well, I'm not on a lot of gays my age, they tend to want to be taken care of. They
Mhm.
want a lot of people feel like they're too grand for a job or they're too this or they're too that. So in that grandeur of delusion, they don't have any money.
Huh.
So they don't want to work. They want to get taken care of. They want to move in with you. They want to move real fast in a relationship. They want to do all of this, but still not be in that specific relationship.
Mhm, mhm.
So I've learned, even with me, I still work a 9 to 5. I have a job on top of the
Yeah,
influencing and all of that
I
because
love that.
I pushed the appointment back with you because I had to go get my teeth fixed. I
Mm,
needed 2 crowns. So what the insurance I'm paying out of pocket for didn't cover. My other insurance covered as well. And then I just had to
yeah,
pay like 2 or 3 thousand out of pocket after getting all of the stuff I gotten done.
right.
So it's still just super important to have a job, but they don't want that. So everybody
Yeah,
just comes around for the Instagram followers that come around for the love. People running up in the stores, the mall, they love that, but they don't also remember that the hate comes behind it as well.
that's right, that's right, that's
So
right.
they just want to be famous. Everybody just wants to be famous. And I learned that, went through some things, some mistakes, some domestic situations and stuff. So I was
Mm,
just kind of like, okay, I'll practice on just being alone, which I took time and it made me to stop hanging around a lot of people and doing a lot of things. And here we are.
yeah. Yeah, and you're focused, like you said, you're working, you still have a 9 to 5. Why do you think it's important to have that foundation of that 9 to 5 for you?
For starters, I tell people this life is up and down. So it's been some months where I've made $60,000 a month and made $4,000 the next. You don't have insurance, health insurance, dental insurance. You can't go to the optometrist whenever you want to.
Yep.
So it was mostly the health insurance, but then once I kind of like did Bad Boys, I realized I was getting into a lot of like foolishness because I had too much spare time. So
Okay. Okay,
once I
wow.
did that, then I'm like, oh, I can pay the rent with my work check, use this check to go shopping, use my residual checks and stuff from writing songs and stuff for this. I can
Yes.
do this. I can so it's like once I kind of started realizing that I was like, you know what? It's super important that I keep a job because while I can't fund the music and do TikTok and everything else and it's just gonna be a problem for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I kind of
Yeah.
just like to focus and I stopped doing reality TV to kind of stop from fighting and all that kind of stuff and trying to avoid situations. So it's like, I'm not gonna do reality TV. I need the extra money. So
That's right.
Just went back to just kept working.
Butch Queen, that's what I'm talking about. People want to get out here, get on these shows, run around, be wild, right? And not have no foundation. You need
Right,
insurance. You need money to pay the bills, right? And like you said,
right,
some months is 6,000, some months is 60, but you don't know what's going to happen. You can
right,
always rely on your foundation, right? And
right.
you have built that with the 9 to 5. I'm very, very impressed by that. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, yeah. You got on Bad Boys on Zeus some years ago, and you've been one of their
Mhm,
main stars, right?
mhm.
Have you fucked any of your fans?
Absolutely, duh. Every time I was at a booking
That's what I'm talking about. It's no shade. Why
every
the
time I
fuck
was at a
not?
booking, I would have sex with a fan,
Yes.
especially, like, a cute and that's when it kinda, like, started to the, like, topping era,
Okay.
'cause they just give it out. Yeah, absolutely. I see me a cute butch queen, you know, I done had sex
Yeah.
with, like, probably, like, 4 or 5 people, but when I'm on the road, I be kinda tired because it's like you go from this club to that club to this club, so I've kinda, like, started denying bookings and stuff too because it'd be a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot of
It's
energy.
a lot.
I imagine you're making money, but it doesn't feel good to even spend it because you're too tired, right? Like,
Right,
yeah,
well, not just that, sometimes you don't get sleep unless you're on the plane.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so sometimes I would sleep I made all my people but me started on first class because I could lay back a little bit more and go to sleep on the plane. Because when you're doing these bookings, you get up in the room, you from this booking. By the time you wake up, check out, you got to get ready. Next booking, it's like you got a few little nap time, whatever. You got to
Yeah.
find a new outfit. It's just be too much. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Now, let's talk about some of your kinks. Little birdie tells me you have a verbal kink. Can you talk about that?
Yes. I'm a very dominant person. And it's not and, like, even just, like, in my real life, I'm very dominant, and I gotta know
Mm,
what's going on. I have to know what's going on, cause like,
okay.
what if I'm doing it wrong and you don't like it, and now all of a sudden you just never told me? So I don't know, just something about talking, even if I'm bottoming. Tell me
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Ah,
Communicate with me. Is it good?
yeah,
Is
but
it
it's not even
bad?
just with me,
To
it's
the
with the
left, to the right.
whole right, it's with the whole needs to hear what needs to go on, the meat needs to hear what to do. It's like, they gotta hear what you're talking about, they have a mind of their own.
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
here, but they're doing their own thing. They're performing. I'm here. They're performing. I brought them here. You got to perform with them. If you tell it relax and open up and do this and do that, it's probably going to do it.
Never thought about this. Talking
Mhm.
directly to the body part and telling
Yeah.
it what you want. Dear hole, I need you to open up.
Yeah.
Dear
If you
dick,
if you're
get bigger.
if you're fucking me and tell me you need me to open up, it's going to eventually start. It's going to listen.
Yeah, yeah.
It's obedient.
I love that. So good. Do you have any specific words you like to use or hear?
I this one bottom, I had sex with him like a couple weeks ago, and he kept telling me to call him a good boy. And so I did it, and the more I did it, it was just like it kept getting wetter. I'm like, oh, I get it. So it depends. Like I'm very verbal. Even like before we have sex, I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions. I like to just know. I like to know or whatever. Because certain ones, like certain guys I have sex with,
Yeah.
we'll do it raw. Some people I wear condoms with, but if we do it raw, and I know you have other partners, I have doxy, I have amoxicillin, whatever you
Mhm,
need to
mhm.
take.
Yep, yep, yep.
So we both could just make sure. And if you know, I don't know, people prep. I don't just pass out prep because it's like everybody's body's different. So the prep
Copy
I
that.
take may not be the prep you take. So,
Yeah. Very good, very good.
yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
It just
okay.
you gotta tell me what you want.
Yeah. So on the good boy thing, good boy is becoming more and more. It's always been around. Good boy's always been around, right? And it starts from our childhood, right? We want to be good boys. We want to be accepted by masculine figures, right?
Mhm.
Our dads, our uncles, our male teachers, the gym teacher. We
Right.
want to know that as little gay feminine boys, we have been good, right? And to hear that in sex is so good. I love saying good boy and I love being called good boy. Good boy. Yes, I'm doing good. I'm a good boy. Oh, I'm opening up. Like, yes, that is everything to me. That's
Love
everything
that
to
for
me.
you.
Yeah. Is there any sexual or verbal situation that really stands out for you that like made it click that you are a verbal person?
So I had sex with a longtime friend.
Okay.
this was somebody, if any of my friends hear this, like any of my close friends hear this, they're gonna be like, okay, I know who you're talking about because well, this is somebody I wanted to have sex with since I was 19.
Mm,
We had sex probably about a year or two ago.
okay.
And it started with him because normally it'd just be like moaning and stuff. And then he got to talking whenever, because like beyond excited. So I called my homegirls. I'm like, yo, I'm about to bottom. I need you to like, what should I do? I'm bottoming tomorrow. They was like, take your fibers. They was like, eat this fiber gummy. They was like, do you have Amazon Prime? I need you to go get the shower head thing. I'm gonna show you how to do it, sister. So I was like, cause his meat was big. And he always told me, if I have sex with you, I'm gonna put you like I'm gonna really take you there.
We're going in.
So I
Yeah.
was like, sister, and he was like, I'm gonna do this. And mind you, even though I don't like masculine men, he's masculine.
Okay. Okay.
So I was like, so I cleaned out, I had cooked, I had got everything he wanted. We was drinking. We got some lube that relax your whole, all kind of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
when he started fucking me, I was a little nervous. So I was still a little tense. Cause I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is finally happening after for me being 19 to 26.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's a minute.
That's a long time.
And it's
So
going down.
right. So I'm nervous. So he's talking to me. He's just like he talking to me like, and even though even though I'm flamboyant, and no matter what, our voices deepen when we having sex because it's a spike in testosterone.
Something comes
So
out. Yup.
he already has a deep voice, but now it's deeper.
Mm.
So it's like he's talking to me, and next thing you know, it was like he pushed me. I don't like doggy style neither. He
Okay.
put me in doggy style and he held me there, but something happened. I don't know if I reached for the popper or something, but something happened where I got really comfortable. And
Okay.
he just got the moaning and groaning and talking, and it was just like water park world after that. I had to change my sheets and everything. It was just like, oh, it was dripping all down my balls. It was too much going on. So that's when it kicked off, and that's when I realized I can be really dominant or I could be really, really, really submissive. So he
Mm.
kind of like kicked that off.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like another sexual awakening that you had, right? With
Yes.
him. Yeah.
Because I didn't start having sex until I had sex when I was 18, but I was playing basketball. I was
Mm.
playing, no, 17. I lost it on my 17th birthday. I was playing high school basketball. I was a team captain, all of that kind of stuff. But then I went on to play collegiate basketball at Spring Hill College in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
So I remember telling my dad, this was whenever he finally got okay with talking to me about things. I remember I told
Mm.
him that I wanted to be with a guy who was like, son, do not do none of that. That's gonna mess with your basketball performance. I think he was just telling me that to scare
Mm.
me. So
Yeah.
I didn't have sex again until I transferred schools to Lafayette. I went to University of Louisiana at Lafayette. And that's when I kind of like had my first encounter with having sex again. And it was like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Were you having sex with women or you just weren't having sex at all?
I wasn't having sex at all.
Copy. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
didn't have sex again until I had sex with a guy, and then I started hanging with straight people because I really didn't have any gay friends.
Mm.
I didn't get my first gay friend. His name is Logan. I met him. He was a little older. He taught me how to clean out and all that kind of stuff.
Mm. Okay.
But I was having sex with whatever. The most I would do is like suck dick. So then
Mm.
it got to the point where I was hanging with the straight guys, and it was like, oh, you should try having sex with a girl. You might not really be gay. Me being 19 at the time, 18 at the time, I did it because I'm like, and I was like, still gay. Oh,
Pretty
that's
gay over
right.
here.
So then that's when I got to a point where I was like, I'm gonna start bottoming. And then, couple years more passed, and then I was like, okay, no, this is different. So
Now
yeah.
you're topping. I love that. You had sex with a girl, you said, "Nope, I'm gay. Also, I'm gonna be a bottom."
Yeah. By the way.
Yeah, by the way, I think I wanna get fucked.
Right.
And then full circle, now you're fucking and getting fucked. You're doing both, right?
Right.
Which is amazing, amazing. Okay, and you've already mentioned that you know how to be submissive, you know how to be dominant. What is it about control in either way, in either direction do you like?
My problem is I think my all of the bedroom stuff stems from my real life because it's like, I went from running a dealership to being like one of the top 5 salesmen to now it's like I took that, ran with it, and made something even bigger worldwide. And it's like I think my ego comes into play with it.
Mm,
I
mhm.
honestly think my ego comes into play with that because it's like I remember a guy told me, he was like, you got too much going on. You too big. You're this, you're that. Well, I was like, you know what? I might top. So then I think it's just the submission. I don't know. I really don't know. But I live
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, I mean, it sound to me, it sounds like this. It sounds like you have a lot of control in your everyday life, right? You are a
Right.
big boss. You're on TV, right? You have tons of followers. People love you. You do great things. You're in very much in control. And sometimes when you're in that much control in your real life, in your sex life, you want to release that control, right? And
Right.
let someone else just have it because
Correct.
that takes the
Yes.
responsibility, all this weight off of you for, 20 minutes to an hour and gives it to someone else. It's your turn to take all that shit, and I'll put it right
Right.
back on when I'm done, right?
Correct.
I think that could be, yeah, something that you resonate
Probably.
with.
Because I don't think about nothing when I'm bottom. And I'm like, I don't care
Yes,
about the fame. I don't care about the high.
yes, that is headspace. That's headspace. It's in
Sex
BDSM,
is a
that's like,
mental thing. I tell people that all the time.
yeah, that's the space you wanna get into where you're in a meditative state where you literally forget who you are, where you are, and what you're doing.
Right.
And you're just literally in bliss. It is to me, it's the closest place to heaven. Like you're literally in heaven, right?
Right.
For that period of time. Now we're winding down, but before we end, we gotta talk about your new music. Okay. Cause look, I was playing that song earlier and I was throwing it. Tell me about Bitch Throw Dead.
So people not gonna believe me, but a lot of my music is made in the shower.
Okay. I love that.
And that song started like, I forgot how I was like, bitch, throw it. Throw it. And so I was like, I can't. I was like, that don't make sense. So when I wrote it down, I
Yeah.
started freestyling and playing with it. So I made that song after one of my friends. She works at Area 29, very popular strip club down here. I met Drake there. Um,
Mm,
I've met so many big names, big wigs there. She's like she's like, when I tell people about her, she's like the Mercedes, like the season one Mercedes.
that's right.
And when she comes out, that picture, my cover, the single cover, that's
Yep.
her.
Got it. Okay. Okay. On the
Yeah,
pole. Yep.
that's
Uh-huh.
her. Right.
Yep.
So she's like that Mercedes. So I made the song for her because I know she was going through some things at home.
Mm,
She lost a family member. I've always shown her love. She's always shown me love. So whenever I thought of her, that's why I was like, my bitch named Nature make y'all look like some rookies because she can go to the top of to the ceiling and levitate over the floor. So I'm
come
like,
on.
it's her birthday. Let me just make this song about her. So I dropped it on her birthday. So the song was literally like a ego booster, but it was also like a fun song. So the song was really for her.
Oh, that's so
I
sweet.
put the song out for her. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, it is for her and now it's for me. And now it's for everybody because like it's so good, it's so energetic, it's gonna get the girls going. Do you think you'll do a music video or anything else with the song?
I'm waiting to get with her right now, but it depends on her. So if she can kind of like, because she's a busy girl. So if she can, we'll do one. But if not, I have another song called Clap that I love and adore. So
Okay.
we've been shooting, I've shot in 2 mic drops to that song already. So
Beautiful.
I'm waiting to see.
Okay. Great. I mean, look, I will be waiting for it. I love your music. I love everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep doing it. I think you're really insightful about sex. And today's conversation was really, really good. I got way more than I thought I was going to get. So thank you so much. Do you want to plug anything? I know you obviously, yeah, I'll make sure you'll check out his music, but anything else you want to plug? This will be out like next week.
Clap should be out. Clap should be out soon. Then Clap will be out very soon. After in about a week, yeah, Clap will be out. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, make sure y'all look for that. Relly B, thank you again. You've been great. I hope to have you again for season 2. But for now, I will see you later. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.